I think you're beautiful blonde. I see myself as a woman with a white outfit on, and I'm standing in an apartment. I can feel her moodiness. I can feel her life. I don't see any connection between that and here. I don't have that problem. So this individual is doing that. I'm not questioning it, but I'm not dealt with it.
What he was saying is that what you experience here, it's like he was saying that nothing is necessarily written in stone. Is that what you experience here? The decisions that you make today can actually put you in a whole different direction, you know.
I'm not. Linda is an avid reader.
Other possibilities.
She's an avid reader, and she has come up with the most interesting questions for me. Believe me, she's not testing me in any way, I'm sure. But what I'm saying is that a redwood tree, explained to me by a science teacher at a high school, its root of its tree, it's yearning to be free of gravity, and it points itself up to the highest point it can grow. All the branches and all the leaves are also growing, but they try to grow out and up. Okay, do you understand? They're trying to go. And I've been explained by, people say to me, but Nancy, what if you take this detour? You're still going to go back to the trunk of the tree and try to go up. I think there's slight details, but the ultimate outcome is here. How many of you in here, I know there's a few young people I haven't talked to, who have had children, or have asked me about children, and they've been growing up these past 10 years, have had unborn, and I've told you about them and explained to you what they're going to look like. Anybody in here? I do that so often, tell you what grandchildren look like, or children who just born and what they look like as teenagers, how they grow up and what they look like as adults, who they're going to marry, give that description, and then I can tell you what the children look like. I can go 30, 40, 50 years. That absolutely amazes me. There's a young man named Bill in Marysville. And 4 or 5 years ago, I told him he was going to buy a house where 80 and I-5 come together on the other side of Nokomis. And I said, the place is going to look like this. There's going to be a shopping area at the crossroads there with a fountain. And I see all these homes. I drew it all out for him. Guess what's going to happen? They're putting that shopping place in. And it was so far in the future that, and then he says, you know why I would move there? He says, just down the road about 20 minutes is my church. I go, wow. So I don't even know what church affiliation, but if you go 80 to San Francisco, there's a big church on the right side past I-5 interchange. It's down there ways like 10 miles or something. I don't know what it is. And he says, now I know why I will go there. And I see it already built up. I see that intersection going toward the airport, going toward San Francisco, already filled in, and it's not done. When you go to those details, what is our free will? What you have on today? They're minor pieces. So when we're set in a space of grieving over someone's passing or divorce that we're not counting on, and I go years down the road and I see the outcome. One lady friend talked to me about her boy getting killed by a drunk driver. He was 17 years old. I was telling her who she was going to meet and marry down the road. She wouldn't believe me. And it happened. Her life has changed so much that I saw this boy's death as a catalyst for the changes in her life to come. Doesn't mean every situation is the same. But if I can do that, then God has never made a mistake, nor has our life been a mistake, nor what we're supposed to learn has been a mistake. So everything bounces off everything else. Subsequently, then you ask, okay, what can I change in my future? If it's planned that close, then I ask, why are we struggling every day? Why is the choice and decision such a heartache for us? We take the best shot at everything, always comes up worse. That's all there is. I don't have all the answers. And when we go through a grievance that is so big of a child being taken away, how can we live through that? I don't know. I remember when I was a young adult, taking care of my blind grandmother, and we go to the bank, and my father was killed by a drunk driver, and I was 6 years old, and I was clearly into my 20s. And one day we went to the bank, and she told the bank manager, she says, you know, I've just lost my child. And that was 25 years later. 20 years, 25 years later. She never got over it. Sometimes we get stuck. And she was a science of mind, a Christian scientist, science of truth, all those sides, she was everything. So I don't know how to explain all that goes on in our life. So I was just giving you a rundown of my theory of life. But like I said, I don't know how much free will there is. Do you understand? So also, we got back one more thing. In spirit, while a spirit, I've talked to people who've actually seen them in a past life as another creature, another life form on another planet. Now, if those are temporary lives, very quick, then I think we spirit in the flesh here, the spirit person here, I think we can experience life on a lot of different dimensions, a lot of different planes, of which this is one stop. And I've seen a lot of, actually many, many different life forms. It's kind of interesting, I want to draw them all out. The most explosive one to me was a gaseous life form on a planet where it looked like a lot of fire. And that was absolutely amazing to me. So that was cool. I want to do that next time. Imagine never having to worry diet. I mean, just never. You know, clothing, no problems. You know, whether let your hair grow or color it, nah. Truly, I wouldn't be making, why should I make this up? The sessions and things I learn about people are so marvelous. I could write forever and never make up a story. I could just go on and on and on. When I met her in high school, how do you know what the future's going to be? Here we were in the 60s and mom and dad said, okay, this is your life, we're going to program it. You get married, you have kids, because that's what the women do. Look how different our lives have been in 20, 25, 30 years. Who would have known? If someone had come to me May 3rd, 1990 and said, by the way, would you like to be a psychic and stand in front of groups of people and write books and do all this? I'm like, right. You know, get onto the train, hold on. It's just going to take you long. I diverted from what you're talking about, but I hope I covered it. Yes, we have multiple lives, multiple dimensions, but we not necessarily can experience life unless with transfiguration. The young man that you're talking about, when I step into the essence of this person, very turbulent, a lot of firings, I want to say he's mentally ill. I'm not sure that we're experiencing is all true. That was my impression.
Did I ask you a question about it again,
Yep. No, the book, the person you said you were talking about. The one that experienced past.
No, it was this guy he's one of the people who writes one of the books here.
Well, I'm saying that he is off, and that's not bad or wrong thing. His perception of what's true is different than what I say is true. And that doesn't make him bad or wrong, because the people who want diversity will read all these different books and take their own truth from it. I don't know how we contemporary have a walk. If there's such a thing as walk-ins, yeah, that could be done. If it's true, I don't know if it is. I don't embrace that theology yet.
Well, I guess I was sort of curious. It's like part of what he was talking about was that all of these different lives that we experience, life after life after life, the goal of all of these lives is to bring your karma balance down to zero, so that, and it's kind of like,
It's just that learn as much as you can. Now, if you want to become a Scientologist, you want to become a Mormon, a lot of those groups who believe that you've got to go to the past life and fix up the stuff so that you can get it straight in this life. Maybe regressions
well, it
do
seems
work.
like every time you come back, it's hard to not create any more karma.
Have you heard
It's
the
like,
expression, if God meant us to fly, he would have given us wings? I believe if God had really meant us to go back and fix all those lives, he would have given us a better memory of them. As turbulent was my marriage, I'm glad I didn't know what we did to each other in a past life. Truly. You got it. I know him. So for us, I've been divorced a few times, once here. But if you've been through a couple marriages, maybe we better not know what we did to each other in a past life. What a thought. Got it? Okay, Lynn, I got to go on. How about the back row, sir? What can I do for you?
I don't know. I'm just trying to think of a question.
What's your first name?
Chuck.
Glad to meet you, Chuck. How about if you think about something and let me know when you're ready. How about the young lady here with the dark hair? What's your first name?
Sine.
Sine. Hello. What can I do for you?
I've been looking for a house to rent, and we have to move out of the house that we're in. And so I was wondering if you see that I'm going to be getting a house by September 15th. I'm going to have to go live in a hotel.
Have you asked? No, I don't get a hotel. Have you asked God to show you a direction?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I see a one-story house. It looks like it's darker in color. But when I first started talking to you, I saw a light house. Are you in the very light house, almost yellow? Okay, so that's when you're in? There's one that's very heavy wooded or dark in color. Have you found that one?
Yeah.
Okay, so keep your eyes open. Where do you live, in the south area? Woodland? Are you wanting the same area?
Same area.
Okay. If I'm looking at your house here, it feels like I want to go north and then east a little bit. That arc. Are you looking in that direction? Is that where you're looking? That's where you're
Looking in
finding
every
out?
direction.
You're looking in every direction. It feels like I want to go, it feels like if your house is the center of a clock, I want to go 2 to 2:30. If you also look at 5 to 5:30, there's a possibility there. I don't know which one it is. Okay? Give you an idea? All right, another question.
Is my spirit guide the one that's with me, always? Is he or she here, and can you give me a name?
People ask me a lot about that. And my father is not always with me. Thank you, Rias, tonight. Got corrected again. I'm here, okay. I feel his essence. I don't always feel my grandmother's essence. So I feel like they have free will. They have things they need to take care of. Now, I look at her top, and it's beautiful. It has yellow in it. And I look at her, it's gray. As fast as I can divert my eyes from here to there, thought transference can also move your spirit people from back one place to another. Now, the man that's behind you feels like he's been there with you a long time. Very dark hair. And he's a very husky kind of looking person. Looks like an ancient time. The sense of a square face, possibly a mustache hair. So he's been with you, feels like, for quite a while. Do you recognize him? Do automatic writing and get the connection. Because I feel like he's been part of your existence for a while. Okay? We have our family around us. We have, for my book here, commercial, Life, Love, and Requested Guides. Those we loved in life. I don't know if this is part of the book, but I'll put it in another one. I had a lady, and she was a secretary to UCM's leader. What is the Bertie? Was it Bertie that died a few years back? It was her private secretary that called me for a session. And I know it wasn't a test, you know. And I was talking to her, and I says, oh, this woman showed up. She's your personal guide. She's telling me that she was a teenager when she died, and she was sitting in the back of a bumper seat of an old car, and she got killed in the car. And she says, well, I don't know who you're talking about. I says, would you ask your mom? She went to ask her mom and found out her mom's best friend was killed sitting in the back of a bumper seat. So I call her a love guide, meaning she loved the mom, loved the child. See, there was no way I could have known that. Talk about making points with the president. Story of my life, right? So I know that the guides can come and go according to your needs. I also believe and brought that up to past life. I don't think we're so to original personalities. How many times in your lifetime you look back and you were one personality, now today you're another? People who knew me as the engineering supervisor, you haven't known an engineering supervisor to be outgoing and, you know. So I was one personality. I entered this world and became another personality. So people say, oh my God, Nancy, you're so different. Well, you know what's different is that personality of who I was has recessed because the lessons, the karma, whatever has come. Okay, now the new personality being forth through the talents that were required and has become another personality. That one was seed new. So we're coming into 10 to 15 different lifetimes, of which are karmic relationships with our people that are in our lifetimes. We've been brought back. Edward Casey, read about him. He believed we incarnate the same groups of people over and over again. Okay? That's why when you meet somebody or a soulmate, you go, whoa, I know that person. Have you gotten an elevator? Ed Casey says, I went so the doors opened up, everybody had black around their spirits, I ain't going to go in there, and the thing crashed. Other times you go into a place you will feel like you want to go over here, but you don't want to go over there. It's people you don't want to deal with. Karmically, your spirit people don't go over there. You meet somebody and just gravitate towards them. And because the resonation of your spirit and that person is so identical because you have so many lifetimes together. Haven't you ever met people you love and you don't like? Same principle. You loved them before. Oh, Gina, huh? Yeah. She says, Mom, you okay, I got it. A lot of lessons tonight. Okay, let's keep going. How about the young man over next to Sunday?
Hi.
Hi, what's your first name?
Martin.
Martin. Glad to meet you, Martin. Were we done with your question, young lady?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we were done.
Okay, what about your gentleman here? What was it, Martin?
Martin, yeah.
What can I do for you tonight?
Well, I've got a sore hand. It's been bothering me a little bit lately.
Right in the center? Right in the center?
No, it's the whole
Where?
thing.
What's the whole thing? Show me. What do you mean?
It's like I think I have a pinched nerve or something.
Well, I get the bottom of my hand here. Where's the hurt, dear?
It doesn't really hurt. It just doesn't work. It's just not working really.
Not working. Feels like I want to go to the palm area. I don't know if there's a nerve or something going in here, but it might. My emphasis seems to be right in here. Right hand. Yeah, I stay go to the same place. No, but I can feel it coming up here. Sorry, it's a tendon or something that's been hurt through here, and there's swelling, and it's affected some kind of nerving going into the palm, and now I feel it going out. There's something going on up into the elbow.
Reflexology helping the foot.
What?
Acupressure or reflexology is helping. I I feel like.
I'm open, I don't know. I can just feel the tendon or the muscle or the vein or something. I go right up the center, it feels like it's going into the elbow, and it's swollen or something. I can feel it going here, then I can't feel it, now I can feel it here. So whatever feeds it, do you remember having a pull in your forearm or any of this area?
Not really.
Okay.
You do keyboard.
No. Yeah, that's like. Yeah,
I had a sense he was.
What do you do for a
No,
living?
it's just repetitive, it's not just.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be keyboard, it's repetitive.
Well, I'm a contractor, so.
What does that mean though? I don't know.
Well, sometimes I'm hammering nails, and sometimes I'm light fish.
And that's constant motion.
Could be that. Could be, are you right-handed though?
Yes.
I feel like there's something to be pulled there. And I've never, that I'm aware of, had carpal, no, nothing ever stops me from, but a lot of the ladies and people I've talked to have had a problem with typing all day,
Right.
hammering, and that's what I'm getting with you, is something going up into the elbow. So you've pulled this, and it feels tight to me, so I can see what I'm doing. Okay? Oh, that's kind of interesting. Another question for you. Okay, watch your shoulder, because I'm getting pain up my shoulder now. You got that too? I'm feeling tight in my shoulder.
My shoulder's really sore, but it's not as
Is it
strong.
tight? Is it tight?
A little bit.
I'm feeling tight too. So the socket itself is I'm tight here. So watch it. You can have it going through. I feel the emphasis here, but I'm also getting my shoulder. It's very tight to me. So you see your back is tight too. So you've worn yourself a little bit, stressing neck here, all stressing your neck right here, and going across your back. I can feel it really tight going into the arm. I can't feel it so much here, but here and then shoulder across the. See, so it's a domino effect of where I'm going with you. Okay, yeah. You're hungry for something. Hungry for something. What is it you're looking at doing or wanting?
Well, I've been messing around with the stock market a little bit.
Oh, good. You know, day trading is kind of taboo here, but you do have potential. It's like a year or two out, okay? And I feel like you're going to have enough money to buy some property and build a house you're wanting. So it's coming to you, all right? Feels good. Yearning, wanting, you're driving yourself that direction, so I think you're going to be good. I didn't say you'd be a zillionaire, but you're going to get what you want, okay? Don't always see you in the line of work, as you call it, contractor. You're going to shift and do something else. So you got kind of a few things coming on here. Did that answer your question, Martin? Got it? Fun, huh? People say, oh, you're addicting. You're fun. How about this young couple here? Hello. What's your name?
Hi, Emily.
Emily? And who's this gentleman here?
I'm Steve. My
But you what?
fiance.
Oh, did she drag you here?
I should drink.
Oh, I'm so glad. Sinead, you didn't have a shackles around this young man, right? Oh, I'm so glad. We have some men that are really into this, and I really appreciate the men, but us women love this stuff, you know? Yeah, young man over there too. But I always feel to be careful. Free will is really important. So when I had a man come in, he sat down, he says, my wife sent me here. She says I'm all screwed up. And I said, geez, I really feel bad. I hope you'll be open to us. And she said, yeah, hurry up and just get going. And I went, it really turned out right. He was okay. I'm just making him laugh. But I want to make sure this is free will. Hello, dear. And what can I do for you tonight?
I have a couple questions. The first one is, do you see anybody around right now?
Why are you asking? You want to know if your father's with you?
No, I know he is. He's right there.
Oh, his father. It's grandfather then. There's a man that's grandfather. Your father's in spirit? Was he balding?
Yeah.
Was he balding? You thicker
Been
than
so
you?
long ago.
Was he thicker? Not thin man like
Yes.
you? Was he thicker?
Yes, he was.
He's standing right behind her. Okay, so what was his name?
His name is Elmer.
Elmer. Hello. Elmer. Grandpa Elmer is part of your life.
Any female?
Female? There's a woman to your left, and she's brown or redder hair. And she's also thicker, like I'm thicker, but a little older, thicker. Pardon me. Her body weighs a little more than mine. Her hair's shorter. I see it combed like this and it looks darker, but not as deep as color mine. More brown than this. And it's a fuller cut, like that. Who's that?
I don't know.
Do you know who she speaks of?
Maybe her grandmother.
Married to Elmer?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, how interesting. You got both parents looking at each other, taking care of you. Sandwiched is you in between, dear. Was she squared like me? Square body?
Yes, she was.
And a little fuller, and your hair
Yes.
come up like this, cut like that, a little dark.
She-
That's Grandma. Now you got both sides helping you. It's often, it's interesting that Grandma and Grandpa oftentimes will show up together. Is that okay? Who are you wanting to know around you?
Actually, the mom.
Mom? Mom, where are you? I can't tell them to come. I don't know where she's at. But I know Grandpa and Grandpa are sandwiched between you. Okay? How long have Mom been in spirit?
5.
5 years? What's her first name?
Luann.
Oh. I'm here. She's with you, dear. She's making me laugh. Sorry. She has her hand on your shoulder. So I don't
This
know
shoulder?
that shoulder there. And, excuse me. She turned. She was looking one way. She turned the other way. So I can't tell which hand she has on your shoulder. Okay. Delicate, smaller hands. Is that her hands? Smaller hands. Not like mine. Prettier hands than this, I mean. Did she have dainty hands?
Well, they were,
Chubby, you look a little chubby.
she was thin and her hands were a little longer than mine, actually.
She showed me petite hands.
Uh-huh.
Very petite hands. She's over there. You got Grandma and Grandpa. Now, what are you learning? What are you wanting to learn?
Well, there's a question I have about my hip that I want to know if it's going to require surgery or if I can avoid that.
I'm not sure you can avoid it. It feels like a quick fix, though. What are they going to have to do to it?
Take some calcified cartilage out.
Sounds like a quick fix to me. Why are you afraid?
I just don't want the invasive procedure. I'd rather do it minimally or...
Go ahead. Let's try it. But I think they may have to do it anyway. How's that? What are they going to shave it?
My hip.
Uh-huh.
They just need to get in there and remove the broken pieces out.
Feels like a shaving job. You know, they go in there and just shave it, make it smooth again. And it feels like 1 or 2 instruments, like when they redid knees, and they do knees with some bones.
Microsurgery.
Yeah, do you think,
Yeah,
you sure they're going to have to open up your hip to do it?
Yeah, according to the doctor.
It doesn't feel like, it may be because it's your hip, but I don't get a big deal.
She needs calcium.
He needs calcium. I just don't get this to be a big humpy of a surgery. Feels like a easy job. Remember, I'm not a doctor, right?
Right.
It doesn't feel a big deal. I think you're going to feel great, huh?
So you only play one on TV.
I'm on TV, yeah. I'm good enough, it kind of scares me sometimes, because I can see them doing this procedure on you. And they're humming or singing, I mean, it's just, and they're done. No big deal.
Do you know when?
2 men doing the job. Huh?
Do you know when?
Well, I'm not good with the dates on the calendar. How soon did you want it done? Month?
No.
What?
I'm thinking over winter.
Winter time? I think they can put you in the calendar December, January. Okay? Because it can be done quicker if you wanted it.
Okay.
Okay? All right? Go to Papa since we'll keep you on this piece. Hello, Dad.
Hi.
Oops. Glad to meet you. What's your first name?
Bob.
Hello, Bob.
I-
Your mother is with you on your side. She's also, I call her, she says I'm mother. Also a very small, shorter figure with light hair. Small bones, little tiny person.
That's true.
Is that your mama standing there?
Yeah, she had gray hair.
Well, very gray hair, yeah, but she's a little tiny figure of a woman.
Yeah, she's about 5'2".
She wanted me to see that she says, I'm here too, and she says, I'm Mom. I go, okay. Never argue with a mother. Oh, she's such a strong personality. Jesus. Sorry. So in control. She's looking right at you, and your wife's right behind you. You haven't got a prayer.
My daughter's in back.
She counts, but these women really are, you know, sometimes I wonder how they really guide us, influence our lives. Like, I wonder how much, they're talking to us and we know they're there. I give those cemetery tours, and I said, you really want to be frightened, you should have me give you a tour of Sunrise Mall. That's really frightening. And then I say, what if they really asked me to do it? Wouldn't that be terrible? What if I pick out a store and there's all these really sick people and spirits sucking all this stuff on it? And I worried me, you know. And he was walking down the hall, and I turned my switch on because I was just curious. And there was this charming young couple like you. And he was dark like you, and he had this little bride. And the mother in spirit was hovering butt up, her head right next to his ear. Don't you hear me? And she flew around to the other side. Wah, 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 wah. And I went, oh, chihuahua. And she wasn't a light, dainty little thing. She was a hefty little body. You know, just floating in the air, and I'm thinking, oh my goodness. I wonder what he thinks all the time. Having fun, but it sometimes wonders. Like, I wonder sometimes if they talk to our spirit, what we're replying. By the way, I don't want to listen to you today. Oh, I listen to you, and we don't know the impulses we're getting or the information. I think it's our choice to hear the information or not. Father, I'm always wanting your guidance. Please be. I always want that, you know. I miss that. Why shouldn't I? I was only 6 when I checked out. You see what I'm saying? It's like the mother in particular, she really loves you, and she's really protecting you. She wants to guide you. You know, she's a really strong personality. Mama, your wife rather, she just is daintily, she's watching you. She just wants to observe you living your life. See, totally different attitudes. It's kind of interesting. Anyway, how can I help you, Ted?
Do you see a move in the near future?
Where do you live now? What
In
community?
Sacramento.
Give me an idea so I can figure out where you're moving.
In the,
Pocket area?
no, off of Sunrise.
Oh, Sunrise is a big boulevard. Which end? Roseville or Rancho Cordova?
More in the Rancho Cordova, the Gold River area.
And where would you like to go? El Dorado Hills?
Well, I thought of that, but it's too crowded.
Where would you like to go?
I think of going up to the Grass Valley, Nevada City area. I've always liked it.
I can see you in Auburn. I can't quite go all the way to Grass Valley.
Sure.
You're going to have an opportunity, I would call it Bell Avenue and 49 area. Luther, Bell Avenue.
Yeah, I know where that.
Look in that area. Okay? I feel like you're going to see 2 or 3 different areas you like. I see the Newcastle area. There will be something in El Dorado Hills you may consider. Okay. Grand Bay, Newcastle, that area, Auburn, where I described. There's like 3 or 4 different areas you'll find something you like. My sense is it's Luther Bell Road as it crosses 49, and if you're headed to Grass Valley, it's off to the right.
Oh, to the right.
Not the left, but to the right. Okay? Fun. I love it.
What about
Nice home has a little land around it.
uh-huh.
Very light in color, mad wood. Question.
What about health? Are there any health concerns you see for me in the
No. A little irritation in the glands going down. As it clears his throat.
future?
There's some heat in the joints. Not a lot.
Yeah.
Heat in the joints. A little tendon pulls. So I don't know if that's tendon pulls. I don't know what that is.
Mhm.
A little tightening in the spine going down. But nothing serious. I don't get anything serious. Good health, okay?
Okay.
All right. Turbulent sleeping. What's going on? Why are you not sleeping well? What you thinking about?
You know, I've had a problem for a long time.
I know.
get up in the middle of the night and I can't get back to sleep.
Are you working, man?
No.
I get the sense these ladies are pushing in a
Mama?
relationship with the lady. That's what I keep getting.
Mama is interfering with your personal life. Oh, she's looking at me.
Yeah.
I think they don't want, thank you. I don't think they want you by yourself. That's your choice. You need to tell them, turbulent, I still get that turbulent night. Almost feels like you have things undone during the day also. I can't keep up, I can't catch up. So you need to settle that also. You need to get some sleep. Okay? All right. Now, for the gentleman.
Nancy.
Yes?
Nice to see you.
Steve, hello.
Interesting, she lives in the pocket area.
Oh,
You said first pocket area.
I know, but I don't want to hear things, you know.
I'm new to this, I don't know.